And then there was a fashionable restaurant in Bucharest called Cartea.
Yeah.
But also in 1990, the writer's house, the restaurant, was divided in two. An invisible line. And all the old writers, the Ceausescu people, were at one side, and all the young writers who used to make their living typing the novels about tractors and peasants of the other novels were now free.
Yeah.
And they were being invited everywhere. They were very excited.
That's a nice. That's a good story.
Yeah, I was there. I saw it.
Wow. I was really young then, indeed.
That's what I'm telling you.
I was born, you know. Yeah, Romania was different back then.
Yeah.
How do you find it now?
Oh, I don't know.
You don't know yet.
You see, there are a lot of Romanians in Ireland. It's very like, you know, a lot of Irish people used to emigrate from Ireland. So it's, I mean, I know that with Croatia it's really difficult because a lot of people have just left Zagreb and just gone London, anywhere they can go. But I don't know that about here, so I have
to. But do you know many Romanians? I mean,
in Ireland you come across Romanians all the time.
Are you inspired of these kind of encounters?
Yeah, it's good. Useful.
Do you use them in your books?
No, I get energy. Just energy.
Good. I'm really happy to have you here today. I'm not an expert.
So, it's just what camera is
they're
what?
Just running.
They're just running, so I don't have to worry. And this is on now, is it?
Yes,
yeah, great.
It is.
Okay.
Everything it's nothing formal here.
Okay.
Nothing formal. I'm not an expert on your books, unfortunately.
Because that's really sad. I feel awful.
Sorry?
That's really sad.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's really.
But I've started with Brooklyn, and it was a blast. And at my house, I have The Magician and House of Names that are waiting.
Yeah.
And I look forward to go there. And
Great.
Tell me a bit about Brooklyn, please.
You know, there's no sense in which it's an autobiographical novel, except that I got invited to teach for a semester at the University of Texas in Austin. And it just looked nice. And it was a year ahead. So I thought, why don't I just do that? Go to Texas in September for a semester. And I did. And I went on my own. It sounded nice. But it's not, because you're suddenly out of your comfort zone completely. You've no friends. I mean, people are being very polite to you, and you're invited, you meet people, and you've got students and colleagues. But you go home being rented, everything is rented, the sheets are rented, you know. And you think, what am I doing here? Imagine if I could go home now, imagine if I could just go out to the airport now and wake up tomorrow morning in Dublin. And in Dublin I was just feeling good, I mean, and also in Austin, in Texas, I was feeling it was fine. But sometimes it wasn't. In the morning, when I wake, some sort of strange, it's not exactly depression, but a sort of greyness that is really, and for a second it could be depression, or it could be. So I went home eventually. I mean, I did mine. And it was December. And I was working on a novel. And so I decided I'd written the first chapter of that novel. It's a novel called Nora Webster. And I thought I should finish the book. So I read the first chapter with a view then to going on. And I found the story of Brooklyn in about page 3.
Okay.
Just a little thing, a woman comes to the house, she's the mother, she tells the story of her daughter. And it's about half the story in 4 sentences. And I looked at it. And for some reason, because I just had the whole feeling of going and coming back, I thought, that's a story on its own. I should just, and I started without really knowing what I was doing to write that book.
Oh my God.
But I certainly wouldn't have written it had I not gone to Texas.
That's fascinating.
Yeah.
And you also I don't know, you're paying attention to your characters, I guess.
It's also, the emotion around going away and coming back. But also, my father died in the summer of 1967, and I'm 12. And it's a small town, so the habits, people just come to the house in the months afterwards, and they would come in the evening and knock on the door, and my job is to let them in, and they come in, they say, it's almost a formula of words to my mother, I'm very sorry for your trouble, you know. But once that's said, they then talk about everything else. And there's a lot of laughter, but a lot of just ordinary conversation. And that old woman came to the house that time. And it's funny how I remember that, you know, but I did. And she talked about her daughter. And then I think when she left, somebody said, you know her daughter?
Mm-hmm. And this stick with you, sorry.
Yeah.
And that's how your stories are born, all of them? I mean, Brooklyn and House of Names and Magician.
No, everything comes differently. No. House of Names came because Fiona Shaw asked me to write a Clytemnestra for her.
Oh, okay.
But then she didn't want to do it. I mean, I'm not even sure she read it. She just got bored with the idea. But I thought she was. It happens a lot with producers and actresses to think, oh, next year I'd love to do this, and then a television part comes or a movie or something. So she never did it. But I became fascinated with the story, and that's how that book gets written. Mm-hmm. So I mean, everything has a different genesis.
It's not a waste of time, anyways.
No, I hope not.
Well,
I hope not.
I'm actually fascinated by your writing, by your craft. Unfortunately, I didn't get the chance to read your other books. It's I don't know, such a loss for me.
Don't worry. For God's sake.
I'm going to solve it, promise. Yeah. And I really hope I'm going to meet you again and I don't know, continue this conversation. But I've watched a lot of your interviews, and I was really.
Have you really?
I did.
And are there a lot?
Sorry?
I mean, on YouTube or something? On
YouTube, yeah. And I was fascinated by your craft. I'm a big Hemingway fan.
All right. Okay.
And I'm studying writing, and I would love to have a conversation now about the craft. Can you tell me a bit about your technique or your routine of writing?
Yeah. I don't think there's any such thing as craft. I think that you don't have a routine as much as just try to finish the book or the story. So, you think, well, if I don't work really hard, but you can't do that forever. So for me, there's always a sort of 3-week or month period, but I'm almost not there. It's not like you don't wash, or you don't eat, or you don't, like when you really, the phrase I would use is, but it's it's such a violent phrase, to break the back of the book. Mm-hmm. Meaning, like you sort of, and in that 4 weeks, I can really do an awful lot of work. But you need maybe a quarter of the book written, and then you could maybe, write quite a lot, and then time, mm-hmm. then to revise and write the ending and all that. So in that period, you don't think about craft, you think only about, I need to finish this book.
Okay.
But by that time you've got everything worked out, the character, the situation, the scenario, and the style. Mm-hmm. And then the question is, what's the style? The style is something that seems to come naturally. And it seems to, if you deliberate on the style, if you say, what sort of style? That's not how you work. How you work is that an idea, an image, a character, something maybe, is a better way to put it, comes into rhythm mm-hmm. on its own. And so you get the rhythm, you get the sound, you get the silent sound, because obviously it's written down, it's a word, and then you start to work. But if you say, I'm going to start on the 1st of April Fool's Day, that you can't do that. And it's very close to melody. So in other words, it's really odd that the best version we have, contemporary version of creativity, are the Beatles. Mm-hmm. That documentary. Did you see it?
Yeah, I did.
Where George Harrison nearly has a song, And you watch him watching the others, and then one day he comes and says to John Lennon, I have this thing, goes, something in the way she moves, something in the way she moves. And Lennon's interested, McCartney isn't, and Ringo's is there. And then when McCartney gets interested, he said, attracts me like, and McCartney just thinks, look, don't worry about that, a glass of water. And then just like, don't worry about it, it'll come. But so it's the same idea, that at a certain moment, out of nowhere, you get a sentence. In the same way as he will get dun 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 another lover, and that it comes. 1 minute it isn't there, the next minute it is. But if you started that day to say, I'm going to write a song, a sort of love song about something mysterious in a woman that I love, you just go, she is a mystery to me, but there's something about her. But it depends on something in the way she moves. And so it could be as simple as that. Here's something in the way she moves. Or he looked out of the window. The bottle of water seemed almost square. And he wondered, was this a new thing? No, that's not good. But he turned the page around and saw that it was blank and wondered if he could, with the blue pen, draw a perfect circle. But you can't write that unless you've had the feeling. With Hemingway, what happens is that the feeling is there, and out of that comes the form. He can imply things, suggest things, without spelling them out. But if you put too much thought into that, you lose it. As if you put too much thought into a song, rather than letting the song come.
Oh my God. Can I listen to you for, I don't know, a few days? And Adina too. Everyone is in it. That's fine. Are you more interested in the narrative, or the space, the environment, or your characters, or something in particular?
Yeah, I become so interested in finishing. I'm just trying to get it down, but I suppose the character has to be the main thing. That if the character isn't the main thing, it's hard to think what you're doing. The actual, what the character does or says or feels, that's at the very center. The very center.
And how do you build relations between your characters?
I think that you're almost not building characters at all, you're building configuration. That in other words, it's not as though you can have a man walking along the street, but very soon the small matters of love, loyalty, treachery, that it is the relationship between the individual and the other person that's going to matter more. So it's almost as though you're imagining a character in relation to others before you're imagining the character. I think that's right.
Do you have your reader in mind when you write?
Not a particular reader, but the idea that you're involved in a form of communication. Because really, if you're not involved in that, you get bored because you're halfway through the book, you sort of know the rest. And you don't really need to finish if you're writing for yourself. And there's a lot of half-written novels. But the idea is that you're for some special reason, all the hunters let you stay home while they went out to hunt. And while they were out, you thought you should do something, and you wanted something for them when they came back. And you can't cook, say. And so you just drew a hunter. And you drew an animal. And when they came back, they go, oh my God, look at that for the animal. And you said, yeah, I did that while you were out. You're almost back with that initial impulse to, like, look what I did when you were out.
I did that for you.
Yeah. It's almost like being a child, where you say, Mom, look at my drawing.
Have a circle.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Yeah. That's really, really fascinating. Being here with you, I'm lost of words, to be honest. Tell me a bit about I don't know how to pronounce her name actually.
Eilish.
Eilish.
It's the Gaelic for Elizabeth, and in Northern Ireland it would be, let's see, Eilish. No, it would be Eilish in the north.
Okay.
And Eilish in the south.
Eilish in the south. Okay, then Eilish. I'll go with Eilish. She's such a discreet character, I guess.
Yeah.
Did you want it like that?
Yeah. I mean, I was interested. You see, it isn't that often when I'm working, it's the alternative won't work. Mm-hmm. So if she's not like that, and she goes to America, you know, she's all ready for America. She's already singing their song. She's, you know, going to take Manhattan. She's going to get a big job. She's going to like have several boyfriends.
She's on a mission.
But what if she wasn't like that and went to America? Because America, you see, the cliche is that you would go to America and, you know, you get off the boat and you're. But what if she wasn't? What if she was shy? But she must be a number of things. One is that people like her. Mm-hmm. People do things for her. But she doesn't look in the mirror, I don't think. You know, it isn't as though before she goes out to a dance, she gets ready. She sort of goes but she gets noticed. So it's a funny thing about her that you don't have any real sense of, because she has no sense of the effect she has. Mm-hmm. But she's certainly shy and she's not ready for this experience, really. You know, she'd be much happier at home.
She's not there by choice.
Yeah, they bully her, really, they really do. And she sort of drifts into America and she drifts into the relationship. And she drifts home.
She goes with the flow, I mean.
She goes, which is very dangerous if you're that age in a foreign country, because if she goes with the flow with someone who really, really wants to marry her, then she finds herself married before she knows where she is.
Yeah, the flow could be wrong.
The flow could be wrong.
Yeah. In terms of conflict, there is no conflict here actually, other than the I don't know, the interior one.
You see, I think that the conflict is there are two men and one woman, and you're back with that idea that she has to choose between not just two countries, which is actually easy enough, but between two men. And she doesn't know what to do.
But that comes at the end of the book.
Yeah, but you're building up to that. I suppose there is an idea somewhere in the book that love, words we associate with something fundamental, like love, under pressure can crumble. For example, everyone knows this who's ever been on holiday. Mm-hmm. You go to the Canary Islands and you have a wonderful little romance. It seems so rich, especially on the last night. And you think, well, the minute I go home, I'll arrange to relocate or at Christmas, you know. Mm-hmm. And then when the minute you go home, you think, fuck, I don't want to. Like, that was nice, but, you know, I'm not sure I want to be with that person for Christmas. How am I going to deal with this, you know? So it's essential idea that something that really seems exciting and filled with richness, under pressure, can just... So when she goes home, like, you see her just watching Tony, just, you know, like, it isn't ever that she says, I love you, or I feel what I feel for him, you know, she just isn't sure this is ever. But nonetheless, you know, and you realise that she needs him in a way she doesn't understand. And when she goes home, of course, she doesn't. And his letters are such a nuisance. Coming every day. I don't know if you've ever had that where someone keeps sending you letters. You wish they
No,
wouldn't.
but messages nowadays.
Yeah, nowadays, yeah. Oh my God, there's another message.
Yeah,
you know. Yeah.
Rolling eyes.
Yeah. So from the very beginning, you're watching her, and you realise she's being set up for something. You know, that this is not going to be simple. It would be simple if she stayed home.
Anyway, but she's not a victim anyway.
Oh no. But if she stayed home, of course, you realise in the opening of the book, Jim would have nothing to do with her because he would think she's such an ordinary girl. He didn't want that because he owned a shop. Yeah. He owned a shop. Yes. Yeah.
Indeed. She's quite an unexpected character, actually, and I was wondering, can we, I don't know, take it as a love story and that's it? Because I don't think so. I really don't think so.
No, it's a story. No, it's just a story about someone whose ability to feel is circumscribed. His ability to feel is slowly reduced. It's the strangest idea. Because you think she's a nice girl.
But she's so much more than this. Is it why you decided to have a sequel? Because I know you said you wouldn't.
I didn't decide. I mean, it's not. It's very difficult to defend, actually. You know, so it's.
No, it's not an accusation.
But it just came into my head. I mean, it just. Also, the pandemic was an important element where you were so many long days, and months coming of more long days. So I mean, you could write anything really, and that you think you wouldn't have written it, you know, in an ordinary time. Yeah.
But why did you do that?
I got an idea.
Okay.
It's as simple as that for the opening. And once I got that, I thought I'll go with this. But it's 20 years later after this. So it's not, you know, the next morning. It is an event occurs 20 years later. Yeah.
It's a 20 years gap. I heard that your publisher is translated Long Island in Romanian, and it's about to be released here, and I can hardly wait to have it.
It better be good.
I hope so. Actually, you have a really, really good translator. So
great.
The Romanian version is a very good one.
It was funny. I was coming in last night it was about 2:00 because and there were people sitting outside the hotel, and they were drinking something, and I thought it was strange, you know. And then someone shouted my name, and it was Denise.
Okay.
Who I hadn't seen for years. Yeah, and she hasn't changed.
No.
She was smoking. I was going, Denise, stop smoking. I didn't say that.
But
and then there was a guy with her. There were about 4 or 5 people. There was a guy with her who I think you said he was director of the festival.
Probably, Florin Lăzărescu.
Good-looking, dark-eyed guy.
Yeah, he's...
You know him?
His name.
But they were all up until that time in the morning.
We know everybody here.
They were all up. They were all
yeah.
up very late last night.
Yeah.
Did the bar stay open late?
Not that late, 23, I guess. But there are a lot of choices nearby, so you can always find something. I didn't get a chance to research this, but the book was turned into a film. And I was wondering if you had anything to do with it, and how was the experience?
Have you seen it?
No, I didn't. Not yet. It's on Netflix, and I didn't get a chance to.
All right. No, it's good. It was a painless experience. I mean, it just didn't. There was no trouble. I didn't write the screenplay, which is, I was so lucky, you know. Because if you write the screenplay, what they make you do is rewrite bits of your own story for commercial reasons. You need, So Nick Hornby wrote the screenplay. And,
Are you pleased with that?
Yeah, we were really lucky to get Saoirse Ronan.
Yeah, she's amazing.
And, she just changed everything.
She's an amazing
So it was really lucky. Yeah, just lucky.
Does the film follow the book? Yeah.
It gives you slightly more at the end, but in the right direction. It doesn't, give a new ending as much as just tell you a bit more. But other than that, it leaves out, that before she goes to America, she goes to Liverpool and she sees her brother. That's not there. Because it's not needed. You just need to tell the story much more straight line. But it's a really intelligent, emotionally intelligent screenplay.
How was it for you to be a public to your own
I loved
story?
all that. Yeah, I loved it all. There was no. Yeah, because I've written so many books that it just it comes out and But this was in. You could buy it in a railway station. The book.
Yeah.
That was all.
Oh, okay. What are you working on right now?
I'm trying to finish a book of stories.
Okay.
Short stories? And I have a libretto.
Okay.
For an opera that the opera's on at the moment. So I'm going back. I'm going to see it twice more on Wednesday and Friday of next week. My opera. I wrote the words for.
You have 2 other short story books.
Yeah.
Right.
So this will be my third.
And they're both on family stuff. Do you like this?
Yeah, but we put those titles, they're about
Father
everything.
And son?
Yeah, but they're about everything. Really.
Okay.
Just the title seemed right. The Empty Family.
Do you like short stories? Do you like writing short stories?
Yeah, but I have to finish this book now. So.
Do you like more writing short stories or novel?
No, I think novels are easier because you've got a single story over it, and you work for a few years. With a short story, if you don't get it right, it'll never come right.
Mm-hmm.
It's a much more delicate process. It's closer to writing a poem.
Oh.
I don't know why that is.
Yeah. I'm not into poetry, actually. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
It's an area I didn't got to. It's a completely different world for me.
Yeah.
But I'm into short stories. I'm fascinated by them. We are here with a community of readers.
Yeah, right.
Writers. Oh my God, I'm a bit tired. And many of them are wannabe writers. Do you have any advice for them?
I think that that you have to give everything time. Part of the problem with creative writing classes is that it's a deadline.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is that once you start, once you feel you have a first paragraph, then you need to make 2 pages.
Mm-hmm.
Once you have 2 pages, you need to read them every morning and every evening, and maybe every afternoon. And just don't write anymore, just read them and read them and read them, until you're absolutely certain that everything is right. And then you need to work to finish whatever it is.
That's a really good advice. Thank you so much for that.
Yeah.
I will also ask you for your signature on my book if possible.
Yeah. How will I sign this?
Live. To live.
Just L-I-V?
Yep.
Yeah.